Charles Dempsey. I'm from Ignite the Mic, and today we're going to talk about the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now this is a brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee. My understanding is this particular model, as you can see here, is the L. And the L is what Jeeps decided they needed to do to be able to compete with most of the cars that have more space and more seating arrangements for large families. So if you come to the side, just to give you a perspective, this car, I'll put those specs up on the video, but for now this is extended and it does give you that third row. This is not something that Jeep has done, so families, you have another option to buy. So this particular car, obviously, like we were saying, is the extended edition, the L. And as you can see here, I have the third row down. Now this car, as you can see, has the bucket seats. I'm gonna pull this seat up in the front so we can get that open. Now this particular model does have both front passenger and driver power seats, so that's a good thing. And this one has the 60-40 split bench chair, but it does have the option for captain's chair. Now my understanding is the captain's chair is standard, and this is actually an upgrade. Now times have changed, that is kind of the style that people are looking for. The advantage and disadvantage is this vehicle, you have an 8 seat, or is it 7? 3, 2 in the front. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seat. The captain's chair gives you only the option of 6 chairs. So that's something to think about. It's nice, it's easy to get into, but you get less space. This particular car, I'll close this and we'll get around to the back to show you what I like about cars nowadays and the competitive market that we're all in. Now this car at this particular price point would compete with the Nissan Pathfinder, which is, you know, for a long time kind of the industry standard in terms of the size of these vehicles and what you get for your money. In this particular car, as you can see, we have the back third row seat completely up, and you have a pretty decent amount of space back here. I'm pretty sure you can probably fit a suitcase. So if you have this fully loaded with your family, this is ideal. Now this particular car, and I'll double check, but I'm not sure, this one doesn't have power folding back seats. But obviously this is, you know, this is a family oriented vehicle. It does have a DC power outlet in the back, as you can see here. This particular vehicle does have more space here, which is really, really nice. So you can get quite a bit back here. This is really targeted towards a family hauling vehicle. Now this one, which I like, and a lot of cars don't have this, and it's important for folks to point out, everyone is not the same height. Now as you can see, I'm kind of bending down a little bit. If I stand, you know, this is right at my height, and I'm 6'2". Now if you're shorter, let's say you're shorter, reaching that is not easy. This gives you the option to set the distance, the height for this particular car. So let's say you are shorter and you want it to open only to this height. You can actually set this, and from this point on, that is where, and again, I haven't tested that feature out, but once you set this is the height that this car would stay at. So this again, it is family friendly, and it does give you the options in terms of, you know, different sizes. Not everybody is 6'2". Now I'm gonna shut that close, and let's take a look inside. So this is important. I haven't turned this car on before. This is kind of new to me, and I wanted to do that for a good reason. When people buy a car, you know, you want to know that the car is something that you're actually going to be able to use and feel comfortable using every day. So let's start this thing up and see how intuitive it is. Now, full disclaimer, I am in IT, but that doesn't make me the end all be all of everything technology. I still have my limitations. I still don't want to have to fiddle with unnecessary technology that actually gets in the way of the experience of driving. Because at the end of the day, you get in a car, you want to go from point A to point B. So let's explore. All right. So the new design for most cars, no stick shift. And that's fine. A lot of these cars, these knobs make it very, very easy to engage the different drive functions. I'm not going to do that right now because the car is at a standstill, and we're in a dealership. So this has the center stack, and it seems pretty responsive. The media controls clearly have FM, XM radio. It clearly has a Bluetooth pairing capability, and it has the physical Bluetooth wired connections to be able to pair and plug in your device. I can also see here that in addition to 2 standard USB-A ports, this has 2 USB-C ports, which is great. That means this car is designed and equipped with more modern Android and other devices that rely on USB-C. That is the new standard. And there's 4 of them up here. This is a Jeep. I can get into the Jeep later on in another review, but obviously this has all the standard snow capability, sport capability. This is an off-road vehicle. Now, one thing is important to point out. Everyone wants a luxury feeling. Is this a luxury car? Absolutely not. Is it a nicely appointed, accented car? Yes. And I'll start off with this. This has some nice soft material, some soft touch material here. We get a little down here, it's still kind of a soft, kind of a injected molded plastic, which is nice. It has a nice feeling to it. You can see this faux stitching, which is again fine. The nice new thing now is this matte wood finish. This is plastic, but it does a really good job of looking real. And then we get down here. Now, when you drive a car, right, you're on your phone, you're kind of maneuvering, you're bending around. I have a concern with that. Why is my concern here? Because I'm always bumping into this. Granted, a lot of car companies have to take into consideration who's driving this car and when they're driving this car. This is plastic. This is not good. You don't want to bump into this. The same thing on this side. This is also plastic. My leg is going to be bumping onto this. Now, this is obviously leather. This is a fully leather equipped vehicle. This is nice and soft. Also on this side, it's also nice soft leather material, and I'm okay with that. We got the plastic here. We have more of that kind of fake wood finish, which is it's nice. I enjoy it. I think it looks okay. The steering wheel is nice. It kind of has this 3-spoke kind of design. It does have the paddle shifters. Now, this is the one that's on the steering wheel. Why they do that, it makes no sense, because once you turn in this car, you really can't use these things anymore. A lot of the cars that where these make sense is they're kind of positioned in a permanent fixed spot, so these things are actually usable. Now, this control here, again, this is all new to me, but it seems pretty standard. You have your controls where you can kind of go into the various different media settings. It kind of has the buttons where you can kind of control and set on your cruise control and set and change some of the blind spot monitoring function. This car is just like a lot of new cars. It's going to come fully equipped with the front sensing, the reverse sensors. All of this is standard. Now, I will display the specs of this particular car, which I'm not going to get into now. So back to the infotainment. So you're in a car, right? You want to go somewhere quick. You're going to click on navigation, right? Again, this is my first time. Now, this is a nice size screen. If I had to guess, I'm going to guess that this is about 14 inches. I'll verify that later on, and I'll put that on the screen so you'll see this. This looks pretty intuitive. It does have the swipe and touch, and as you can see, this is very responsive. Now, Jeep has gone a long way with making their interfaces, in terms of more of their newer vehicles, very user-friendly and very responsive, which is very important. All the important controls are right at your fingertip. There's no phone paired. I'm not going to pair my phone today. This one is equipped with some of the pre-built apps. This one actually does come with Alexa. That's new to me. Whether this car has Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, I honestly don't know, but I will certainly specify that if it actually in fact does. A lot of things that a lot of people look forward in a vehicle like this, in opposed to some European car that wants to just really make things look clean and elegant. This car still has a throwback to the original Jeep. So Jeep owners are busy. They're on the road. They're juggling bags. They want a volume control. This has volume control, real knobs. None of that swipe gesture stuff. This is what people want. You want controls where you can actually switch through. You want the buttons here to be able to control your climate, and all these buttons are here for your convenience. You have your heated seat options all built in, and yes, this car is equipped with heated seats and cooled seats. I don't see that these seats are perforated, so maybe this doesn't cool. Not sure. Again, I'll specify that in the description. But you can see here, this has kind of that matte black, and I'm not a big fan of the matte black, but this has it. It looks nice in this car. This car is certainly trying to present itself as a premium car. And again, this car has a starting price of $45,000. This car with all the additional options is priced at about $51,000, a little more than that. So this is a well-equipped car, as you can clearly see here. And this car, interior wise, which is obviously a new thing, is LED'd out. Now, another important thing I want to show is this car does have, as we can see here, a full front to back, at least for the front and the back passengers, looks like a panoramic moonroof. And I'm going to attempt to open that for the first time. Let's see how intuitive that is. Easy enough. And that is nice. Ooh, I like that. Can that go even further back? Ooh, it does. If you're the adventurous type like I am, this is a nice additive. Again, this car is designed for people that are designed to go off-road, be in the outdoors, be in the woods. Looking up at the stars while you're relaxed and reclined is always a nice function. One thing I want to point out as well is, like I said earlier, this car, obviously, as it is equipped, does have the power adjusting seats. It does have power in both the passenger and the driver's seat. I don't necessarily see a control, so this is manual, which is expected for a vehicle like this. This car is equipped with looks like tri-zone climate, so it does have one to control for the driver, for the passenger, and for the back seat occupants, and all the controls are here. And this is nothing fancy, just standard, heat and cool control in the back for the back recipients. Alright, so this car does have some other convenient features. If you own a home and you do have an electronic garage opener, this has the home control buttons located, oddly enough, I haven't seen this in another vehicle before, on the sun visor, which is also nice. This is nice and sturdy. This is the sun visor that obviously standard lets you kind of maneuver this back, and this one gives you that extra extension to be able to cover the sun extendedly. And like we said earlier, this car is fully equipped, LED everywhere. LED buttons here, LED buttons here. This also has the control button. The convenience of having a lot of buttons in one location is important. And this has the button to be able to open the tailgate right in the center for you, which I like. And so, love it or hate it, this is the new design. I personally love it. I think they nailed it with this look. The light is on right now. You can see this is fully equipped, all LED. LED high beam, LED low beam. Of course, they kept the traditional Jeep grille look. This particular vehicle does not have the fog lights, which is fine. But what most people care the most about is what kind of drivetrain this thing has. So, let me pop the hood on this. Now, one thing I want to note too, and to me that's important. This particular vehicle is equipped with the windows that automatically go down. It only does it for the front passenger and driver. The back, you got to hold that button down, and the windows will go down. Not a deal breaker, not the end of the world, but just worth noting. Now, this particular vehicle is equipped with the 3.6 liter V6 24 valve engine with an 8-speed auto transmission. As you can see here, this car, the body lines are nice. It hasn't changed all that much from the old body style. This particular vehicle seems to have the 17-inch wheels. You know, again, you want sidewall if this car is intended for an off-road vehicle. Yeah, you can throw 22s on a car like this, but it defeats the purpose of what this car is designed for. But again, most people are not going to take these kind of cars off the road, so you might want to get those nicer, bigger wheels as an option just to make this car look nicer. Now, this particular car, like a lot of cars, has auto lock. Put your hand on it, lock it, press the button here. That's kind of standard on a lot of cars. Now, it only has it on the front doors. It does not have it on the back doors. So that's worth noting. This particular car, it doesn't lock the gas release from the inside. This one is old school. You press it, pop it open. That's a lot more convenient for the guy at the gas pump. But just to note that you live in certain neighborhoods, you know, someone's gonna get at your gas. Coming around to the back styling, again, they're going LED, right? This LED tail light, LED reverse light. This has the LED blinkers. The styling is okay. This is the limited edition, so this one is fully equipped with all the leather. This is the 4-wheel drive system, and again, this is the L edition. Now, you have to squint your eye to see the difference, but it is a slightly longer vehicle in comparison to one of their old vehicles. But in a nutshell, folks, this is the new redesigned Jeep.